Welcome back, everyone, to the Bears Profit Plays YouTube channel. Today is June 14th, 2024 on a Friday. Smile because you made it to Friday. Today we're going to be breaking down game number 4 between the Dallas Mavericks and the Boston Celtics. The first 3 games, they've been pretty similar. I think the Dallas Mavericks' best effort was in game number 3, but I don't know if it's going to be enough for them to not get swept in this series. We're going to be recapping game number 3 as well. Then I have my 2 best player props and my best pick of the day on the game pick side. If you guys enjoy the content of this video, please be sure to drop a like on this video. Be sure to subscribe to the channel below. I appreciate everyone for doing that, helping to support the channel. All right, guys, let's break down some ball. All right, guys, let's take a look at this leaderboard from game number 3. We did have the sweep. We had the Boston Celtics plus money on the money line without Porzingis in that one. They did obviously win. They dominated the third quarter, and from there it was pretty easy besides the 22-2 run that the Dallas Mavericks made late. And then on the player props here, it didn't look great in the first half. Derek White and P.J. Washington, they combined for 1-3 in the first half, but they both came out firing in the second half. P.J. Washington made, I think it was 3 in a row to catch his over 2.5 made threes. And then Derek White, late in the game, ice in his veins, hit his 4th made 3-point shot against the Mavericks to send them to a loss in that game in game number 3. So we did sweep the board, 2-1 on the player props, 1-0 on the game picks. Let's get right into game number 4 between these two teams. We're going to be looking at the Dallas Mavericks and the Celtics, obviously, going up in game number 4. The Dallas Mavericks, they're the favorites for some reason in this game still, and I'm pretty sure that's just because this is it for them. It's literally win or stay home for them in this game, and I don't see them winning this one. I'm going to take the Boston Celtics to close the series, sweep the Dallas Mavericks here on the money line as the play. You can't watch all 3 of these games and then decide to take the Dallas Mavericks. It's just not possible. I think if you do that, you're not betting on what you've been watching. You're betting on the Dallas Mavericks having a response to not get swept, which I will say sometimes that is the best play, but I don't think it's the play for today. The Dallas Mavericks are just simply not good enough to keep up with the Celtics right now. We finally had Kyrie Irving in game number 3 perform well enough for the Dallas Mavericks to have a shot against the Celtics. Luka, he still had, I think, 30-plus points in the game, 27 in the game. And then Kyrie, he had 20 in the first half. He could not miss anything in the first quarter. Boston, they got down by 15 points in the first quarter early. It just didn't matter. Whenever you look at the starting 5 for the Boston Celtics, every single time, those 5 players will be able to beat the 2 players that the Dallas Mavericks has. I'm not trying to disrespect any of the role players of the Dallas Mavericks because some of them, they did play better in this game, but the Boston Celtics right now, they're playing the best basketball of the season. They were unstoppable in the regular season. It seems like this team can't do any wrong, and they have all their players stepping up in big ways at different times in the game, which is very important. Jaylen Brown, he's been fantastic in this entire series. We've finally seen Jason Tatum now have a little bit more scoring production, scoring some points in game number 3. We had Derek White hitting clutch threes late in the game. We have Drew Holiday getting all the hustle balls on the defensive side, getting some second chance opportunities. And on the other side of the Dallas Mavericks, we have Kyrie Irving, who sometimes gets shut down in games. He sometimes just scores 15 points. And then we have Luka, who's more concerned about drawing fouls and playing to the refs than playing some defense. And I love Luka. I really do. I think he's the best player in basketball right now. But going back, looking at the tape, man, oh man, some of the Twitter things, some of the Twitter clips that I saw, it was horrible. He's just flopping. He's arguing with refs. He's more worried about that than playing defense. Those plays, they start to add up, and it's not a good look for him. It just seems like he's not focused on the game. He's more focused on what call he's getting in the game. I don't think the Mavericks can come back from this. I think that's what their best shot in game number 3. I'm going to take Boston here to close out the series on the money line. The Celtics, they just do everything better than the Mavericks. And the Dallas Mavericks, by the way, they haven't scored over 100 points in any game in the first 3 games. You're not going to beat the Celtics if you can't get to 100 points. So I'm going to take Boston here on the money line as the play. Let's take a look at the best props for today in this game. We're going to be looking at 2 props, and we are going to start with Jason Tatum and the Boston Celtics. I'm going to bring back Jason Tatum over 9.5 rebounds as the play here. We took him in game number 2. He didn't hit it for us. He had 9 rebounds, but Tatum on the season, he's had 8.1 rebounds per game, and it was a double-digit rebound machine in the playoffs for the majority of the playoffs so far. He didn't have a very good day rebounding against the Mavericks in game number 3, but I do think the Boston Celtics are looking to wrap this series up, and I think we're going to get a lot more aggressive game out of Tatum. I don't think the Mavericks are going to just roll over and die. So I do expect this game to be extremely physical, and that means Jason Tatum's going to have to bang with the bigs just a little bit more. We have seen him get a ton of rebounds in the playoffs so far. He has had double-digit rebounds in 7 of the last 10 games. I think he's going to be even more aggressive in this game, trying to get some defensive rebounds, limiting the Mavericks' second chance opportunities. He really should have had a triple-double in game number 2. Just a bad whistle cost him a rebound. So I'm pretty confident he's going to get to 10 in this game. Like I said, I don't think the Dallas Mavericks are going to roll over and die. I do think they're going to be very competitive in this game, and I do expect Jason Tatum, who has been one of the best rebounders, if not the best rebounder on this Celtics team, to find a way to crash the glass a little bit more and help his team out in this game on the rebounding side. The Dallas Mavericks, they haven't been making a ton of shots either in this series. I mentioned they haven't scored over 100 points in any of these games so far. And with the way the Celtics have been playing defense, there should be a lot of opportunities for him to grab some rebounds. I'm going to take Jason Tatum here over 9.5 rebounds as the first play. The second play today is going to be just me having a soft spot in my heart for Luka. I'm going to take him over 32.5 points going up against the Celtics. We are getting a pissed off Luka, and that's extremely important going into game number 4. He was very upset in the last game. He had 2 fouls back-to-back. They really could have gone either way, but they definitely were fouls, and it cost him to foul out the game in the last 3 minutes. It really cost his team as well in what was a 3-point game at the time. And I think he's just going to come out here and drop 40-plus points. It's probably not going to be enough still to beat the Boston Celtics with him scoring 40 points because he has scored 30-plus points in the first 2 games of the series, and they still weren't very close to winning either of those games. But I don't think he's going to be Mr. Assist in this game because his teammates, they've really been letting him down, especially in the first game and the third game. I don't think Luka's ever had 1 assist in his entire career with the Mavericks, and he did have 1 assist in game number 1 because his teammates just couldn't make any shots. It was more the same in game number 3. He only had 6 assists in that game. I think he's just done trying to be a team player. I expect him to put up 30 shots in this game, trying to just outscore the Celtics by himself. He has shot 26-plus times in 2 of the first 3 games in this series, and he desperately needs to get something going from the outside. He was only 1 of 7 in game number 3 from the outside, and he's been pretty bad from 3 all series long. So he's a very good player. I'm expecting half of his shots to fall down. And like I said before, I don't expect the Mavericks to just roll over and die. I expect Luka to put on a show, even though it's probably not going to be enough. I want the best player on the floor here to go over 32.5 points. A little bit of a soft spot. Maybe stop arguing with the referees. Maybe stop flopping. Maybe just make your shots, buddy. Let's go over 32.5 points as the play there. All right, let's get into the graphic. The recap for today. We're going to take the Boston Celtics on the money line against the Dallas Mavericks to finish this series off 4-0 sweep. I'd really like to see a game number 5. I don't want to see NBA go away, but I just think the Boston Celtics are so much better than the Mavericks. So I'm going to take them again on the money line at plus money. Then we have Tatum, spelled wrong for some reason. It's Jayson, over 9.5 rebounds going up against the Mavericks. He's been a double-digit rebound machine for most of the playoffs. I think this is going to be a very physical game, so hopefully he's banging with the bigs, and this one goes over the 9.5 rebounds. And then the best player on the floor, Luka, over 32.5 points going against Boston. Again, I don't think he's going to have a lot of assists in this game. I think he's just going to put up 30-plus shots and hope for the best. So hopefully Luka comes out pissed off, scores 40 points, and the Boston Celtics still find a way to win the game. All right, guys, that's going to do it for the NBA Plays and Props for Friday, June 14th slate of games. If you guys enjoy the content, please be sure to drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel below. See you guys next video, and thanks for watching.